Ahoy, crypto pirate. Welcome to your Discourse Syndicate FN Hangout. I am the captain, your Captain RG3, bringing you your FN Hangout after a great stream with the first guy to hit 1 million followers in crypto. Now, I know. A lot of you Hexicans out there don't like those crypto influencers. And for good reason. For very good reason. I know why. And I know why some of you are still out there trying to harpoon those whales. Well, put your harpoons down, guys. We've won the war. We have won. And that was proof of it right there. The questions that I asked Ben were to see who he was and what his character was and what he'd been through. See, never judge a man until you know where he's been and you've walked in his shoes, or you've heard him speak of his trials, his tribulations, his heartaches, his desires, his wants, his needs. Until you've actually walked in that man's footsteps, you can't judge him. Now, once you've heard that, once you've seen that look in their eye, once you've experienced who that person can really be, then you can make a decision on how you react to them. Whether you embrace them, whether you keep them at a distance, whether you ghost them. And in some very, very, very rare incidences, oppose them or deal with them. But I wouldn't suggest that later. Usually that decision's made under false pretenses or emotional decisions and never good for anybody. Usually ghosting people that do things to you that are not favorable or that harm you or others is the best way to do it. Not in all circumstances, but in most. Especially when we're in the public eye, trying to bring adoption to something that can help the world. And I think that our conversation with Ben went well. I think that he gave us some honest answers. And I think that it was good for everybody all around. Now, all of his stuff has to be washed out in the space, in his own spaces. I don't have anything to do with any of that stuff. But I wanted to hold his feet to the fire about this community, what we've experienced with him, and what his answers were to that. So I'm hoping that I got decent enough answers for you. I was satisfied with my answers. The conversations that I've been having with him, I'm satisfied. Not licking his boots, by no means. But let's face it, the man has influence in this space. And he's very controversial right now. A lot of eyes on him. If we can get eyes on the right thing that's helping people, Hex, then it's a win for all of us. Now, I know a lot of you are concerned about his Ben coin thing. I don't know what it is, to be honest. I can care less, to be honest. He claims that it's a DeFi principle thing, whatever. That's not my place. Other coins aren't my place. Hex is it. That's all we talk about around here. That's why I told him, that's why I'm able to put my head on my pillow at night and sleep, because that's all I show is Hex. That's the only thing I've ever talked about is Hex. So anyway, anything that brings adoption, anybody that's out there working, I give them their shot, though. Give them their shot. Let them go do their thing. All right. It is the FN Hangout. We are going to bring everybody up, let everybody speak their piece. I'm going to say hello to everybody real quick while I'm going through cleaning up some stuff. Everybody, Vegas is coming March 6th to the 9th. We have a few VIP tickets left. You want them? Go get them. PulseChainTour.com. Houston is coming up on the 17th, really, really soon. Crypto meets real estate. We're going to have some real estate and crypto speakers. They have been on both sides of the fence, so they understand both where we're coming from and where the real estate world's coming from as far as cryptos in regards to crypto. VIP event there with singer Danny. Going to be awesome. So get your tickets for Houston, guys. It's coming up 17th. But other than that, there's still a wide open array of events and stuff to go to in Vegas. we are, like I said, we are running out of VIP tickets for the dinner. But the party night, the all the events, the Top Golf, all that, there's still a lot of open tickets. So go to PulseChainTour.com, go get your stuff. All right. Say hi to everybody. Dorsey, always good to have you. Melv Tony, thank you so much for all of your hard work. Everybody, check out Melv Tony. He's all over the place, but he's always in here giving us the numbers, showing us the pumps. Reed, got to say, Ben really chose the best community in crypto to hang out with. Yes, he did. I don't know if he's hanging out with us, but at least he's engaging, and that's promising. Hex Protector, what's happening? Hex Squid, Sandy Beach, my lady, and yes, not ladies, liquor, and leverage. I recoined or phrased that today. It was kitties, cocktails, and what else did I say? Clicks, because somebody said they clicked the button and lost. So kitties, cocktails, and clicks instead of ladies, liquor, and leverage, because we do love our ladies. All right. Mrs. R. Mrs. R. All right. Swearworks, what's happening, dude? Versology. Dude, get your ass back in the freaking room. What's the matter with you? Leaving the room. He left the cutthroat room. He got mad. He got memed and they left the cutthroat room. Come back, Versology. It's okay. Safe. It's all safe. Come out wherever you are. MT Corner, what's up? And who else is in here? Fast Abdul, what's up? Yeah, Fast Abdul. Good to see you. Who else? Suzy Q. Hey, amazing to have you here. And who else? Hey, we have a person named Nicole in here. Hi, Nicole. Is that the Nicole I know? I'm surprised you threw it all out there. Anyway, Child, what's up, dude? Yes. Yeah. So Child want me to grill him. Yeah, you know, what is the difference between asking a human being hard questions and getting their answers and learning whether or not they're being real about it, or whether or not being genuine is more important to me than going and poking sticks in people's eyes. I'll leave that to the other guys. If that's how they want to make their way, if that's how they want to make this community look, if that's what they want to do, fine, go do that. I don't know. Trying to make other people look bad, but trying to make yourself look good, or trying to make your way by making other people look bad never works. It's not how it works. It doesn't. It's a zero-sum game for you if you go do that. And I don't know why some of you won't listen to me, but that's okay. You'll end up insignificant because you can only do that for so long before people figure out who you are and what you're about. It's weak. It's really weak to go out there and try and make other people look bad so you look good, or you can make your way doing that. It's a failure. It's weakness, and it's little people stuff. It's small mind shit. That's what it is. You go stuff that you really don't like or is harmful. You don't put it under spotlight and waste your important time and energy on people who don't really matter. Or going out there and conspiracy hunting people on half-baked information. That's even more dangerous. And that's what pisses me off more about those types of people that do that shit. Because it doesn't do anybody any good. It doesn't look good on the community, and it will get you nowhere in life, period. Mark my words. Go ahead. Keep banging your head up against the fucking wall. Keep rowing your boat up the stream. Go ahead. See how it works out for you in a few years. It's going to cause resentment in you. It's not going to do anything to that other person that's doing the bad shit out there. Guarantee you, they don't give a fuck about you. And you ain't going to change shit. But you're going to get a resentment. And you know what happens to resentment? It grows and fucking festers inside you. And you alone. And you won't be able to sleep at night. And you'll be mad all the time. thinking that you're Captain Save a fucking pleb. Keep it up, guys. I'm trying to teach you some valuable fucking life lessons here. And I've been humble enough for long enough with you folks. I've been humble. You know who I'm hardest on? The Hexicans I fucking give a shit about. You guys. I don't go after the people fucking making meme coins. I don't go after the people doing stupid shit. I ghost them. I go hard on you guys because I want you better. Anyway. What's up, DJ and Moon Boy? All right, Hex Squid, everybody, Danny Boy, Dr. Pulse. Yeah. Yes. You guys are all here supporting. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. It is time to bring up. Oh, wait. The producer. I've got my crew in here today. So my producer would like to explain a couple of things. And then, oh, shoot, I got to bring, yeah. See, now you guys have made it hard on me. Now, who am I going to bring up first? Because I know my man has to say something. But I'm going to bring you both up. And I'm sure he's going to let lady. Okay, he's pointing at ladies first. Producer.
Hello.
Hello. You have something that you would like to talk about?
Good eve. Yes, indeed. See, there's this little known fact. We don't talk about it that much because it's a whole new thing, right? NFTs that are a loyalty program for the PulseChain tour. Now, the way this works is that if you have ever bought a ticket or you are going to buy a ticket, when you do buy that ticket, you get an NFT. So that's anyone who bought a ticket previously, anyone who from now until the future, you give us your wallet address and you will get an NFT into your wallet for free. I mean, it's part of our ticket system now. And you can go to the pulsechaintour.com/NFTs to learn all about how the loyalty program works, because some of you who went to several events in this last year are probably very close to, if not already eligible for the next level of NFT. So let's say you went to 10. I mean, I don't know if anyone went to 10 events, but some of you are probably close to that. If you have 10 of those NFTs, you get a free, you get upgraded to a gold NFT, which gives you VIP access to one of the events. Super cool. It's another way to support the tour. If you are not anywhere near us and you just want to say, hey, like, because people have done that in the past, right? People have reached out and said, what's your donation address? How can I help? What can I do? Well, now we get to give back to you. And as the artist, I'm stoked. I had a really awesome day today. We did Free Mint Friday, and the NFT that we did. So there's two different projects. There's the PulseChain Tour NFT loyalty program, and then we're doing collaboration NFTs. And those are the collaborative NFTs have been my favorite so far. We've only done 2 of them. The first one was me. It's a picture of me, and I'm holding an orange, and I'm in an orange grove. And I did it in thanks to the Tang Gang, because they helped us get the whole thing going. They helped us learn how to set up our whole platform, how to get the NFTs up and available for people. And, it was just my shout out to them for saying, hey, thank you so much for holding our hands and helping us get this going in the first place. The second one, which is already sold out, was a Texan token collaboration. Ooh. And actually, I'm going to bring it up real quick, if you don't mind. Let me present this.
By the way, you're doing an excellent job on the NFT creations. I'm really, really proud of you. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
The artwork looks great.
Thank you. And that's been the coolest thing for me, is that I have a background in art, and I have not been able to really pursue that much over the course of my life. I sold photos. I'm a photographer. I used to sell my photos at farmers markets and little, art meetups and things like that. But to get to dive into AI art and use Photoshop again and do all these different kinds of things, it's been a lot of fun. So this collaborative NFT that you're seeing right here, the bull came from Hexicans. So she made this AI art bull, and then I took the bull, I put it into this background, I got the bull walking. So here, let's do this. You can kind of see, you could be, and then here, so yeah, here, listen. Wait, oh, wait, hold on. But wait, there's more. So the coolest thing about this is that at first it was just going to be a 2-person collaborative piece, Hexy, Quinn, and I. And then at the last minute, literally the last second yesterday, I thought, oh, shoot, I forgot. Brandon, Rags to Riches, produces music. And I've recently started adding little clips of music to these NFTs. So that music that you just heard was produced by Brandon. So it's a 3-person collaborative project. And that's kind of how the collaborations work. And those are kind of like, that's kind of my passion project right now, because I get to work with other people. I get to work with other artists and get to promote the tour in that way. And those are all projects that have come alongside us and, helped out the tour. So.
And thank you everybody for listening to NFT Hour with SJ, and yay.
Appreciate it.
Good job. All right, everybody. My partner in crime, Kinetics. How you doing, buddy? You okay? You gonna live?
I'm doing a little better today. This week has been rough.
You look rough, bro. You look like
I feel worse than I look, so that's the good news.
You don't mind me saying what like?
Oh, go ahead.
He was almost dead last night. He was like 103 temperature for an old guy. That's really bad. Like it's not good. Like we were like really worried about our buddy Kinetics here. So
I got up to 104. So
well, dude, there goes. Welcome to the club of lost brain cells. Yeah, all right.
At least I'm not getting autism anytime soon.
So. Oh shit. All right. We got some more Hexicans coming on. Identity Block. What's up, dude? Joining us on a regular now. Friday night hangout. And ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the unsung hero of Hexico himself. Thoughts Child. Was that a good intro, bro?
No, that was magnificent. Thank you.
You're the most underappreciated Hexican in all of Hexico.
I can't get on one of these lists to save my life, man.
Hey, bro, join the club, man. I've been here for 4 years spitting out a spleen, and I still can't get a freaking on the list.
What's up, everybody? Hi, SJ. What's up, Ken? IDB.
What's up, guy?
One of the nicest Hexicans in Hexico, most helpful Hexicans in Hexico. Timmy B. What's happening, bud?
Hello, everybody.
Man.
Well,
I'm still reeling. 215 we have in the room. Uh-oh. What's up,
I'm still reeling from my stream today with Big Boy. We had a good conversation. I think that it went well, and I was able to ask him some questions so that I can learn a little bit more about his personality, who he is, and what he's looking for, and what his intentions are. He ain't off the hook yet. He's still one of them, but looks like he's trying, making an attempt. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Hey, Cap, can I ask you a question, sir?
Oh yeah, of course you can.
Well, I was rah on you. Was it 2 or 3 weeks ago? So much so that I made a short out of it. And as one of our leaders, you pointed out that Ben might have some strings attached to him in the way of like handlers. That was one of your points. I didn't get to see your interview, so I'm not going to offer any critique, but I don't know. I was interested to know, did you mention said comments or anything along those lines?
Yeah, we got into that. We got into asking him questions about that in the crypto space in general.
Oh,
people that he spends time with and that he knows. Now, how honest he is with that answer, everybody's for their own interpretation on what they think how he was answering. I have my own opinion on what I feel. That means, and to me, I've got to watch him more. I've got to see more.
Sure.
I've got to watch him interact and take action on the things that he said. He said a lot of good things tonight, So I'd like to see what his actions are after that, because anybody can give you good lip service. And sometimes even the best of them can
absolutely.
Now it's like, okay, I've got a list of to-dos. Well, let's watch what Scooter does. Does he do his to-dos? Does he own up to what he said? And so I think that's how we should all look at it. Now, oh, fuck that guy is not the way we should be acting.
Yeah,
like,
no, I don't think that.
Is making a conscious attempt, then let's watch Scooter run and what he does. So that's where I'm at.
I mean, we talk about value propositions in this game a lot. BitBoy is a value proposition for sure. The up end of that is pretty fantastic, but the other side of the coin is I shared the parable of the old lady and the snake for a reason. So only time will tell.
Right.
So what do you do in that case? Like when you listen to the parable, right? So do you put the snake in your bed and cuddle it? Or do you keep the snake in a basket and peek inside every once in a while to see what the fuck he's going to do, right? And
well, I train him to attack all my enemies, bite the shit out of them.
and then that's the thing. Or do you put him in a cage, you put him out in the front and go, hey, there's snakes in here. You might want to stay away. It's like all kinds of things you can do with that in order to, keep yourself from being bit. And of course, I think that's
okay. Can I admit something to you guys? Like, and I'll let the floor go after this, but I have these distinct memories of Ben Armstrong. It was just so obvious whenever he was shilling something that he had no passion about, nobody on his team did. It was clear that it was just a business maneuver. And there was this one time, it was so glaring because he put on like a Mandarin accent and he goes and he's talking about this coin from China. And he says, I'm really excited about this core corporate team at Hufo Lao Quan or whatever. And he goes, the indomitable Gu Shu Fai Pen is chief financial officer. And, and he's like, I was like, it was the most pretentious thing I ever saw in my life. I was like, is this real, dude? It was like, yeah, it's real. BitBoy's taken what, 50, 100, $250,000, this afternoon. And it's those memories that I have that caused me to have the trepidation. But hey, man, everybody should be allowed to turn over a new leaf. So
I asked him about that though, Tasha, yesterday. So, because at one point it seemed that some of the questions could have been like kind of scripted. I mean, meaning the answers. And so I asked him.
You did an interview on your own channel. You did an interview on your own channel.
No, Corey had like a Twitter space.
Okay, gotcha.
He ran for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I jumped in there for a minute.
Real quick. Hey, everybody. This is your show, by the way. This is the FN Hangout. This means that you get to come in here and spend time with us, ask questions, comment, whatever it is. Just keep your clothes on. And the link is right there. We're still been batting like 250. So anyway, there it is. If you want to come in, come join us, come join the conversation, or just stay in the chat and keep your questions and stuff, comments coming. All right. What's going on, Timmy B?
Well, I started live streaming this week.
Hey, all right. Let's get his get his link up here so we can scroll the link and put it in the deal there.
I just I started on Sunday. I just woke up, did my thing, turned on the computer, went online, and I've been doing it every morning this week. Go on for about an hour, talk to whoever comes in chat, and I'm getting into the swing of it. And I'm not here to necessarily shill it, but that's just what's going on with me.
Oh, shill it.
Okay,
shill away, Timmy.
Judgment on YouTube. You'll see my mug. And I post a link on Twitter every morning. And if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see it come up. And like I said, I'm having fun with it. Now, when I go on tomorrow, it'll be in the afternoon, and I'll probably get the stream set up in the morning, and have it count down till sometime in the afternoon. But
so you guys, Timmy B arguably started it either before or right at the same time we did. and he was streaming out of his truck in a freaking vacant lot, you know, and like in the middle of work and stuff. And he was laying the alpha down. So Timmy knows what's going on. Timmy's an OG. He's been around from the beginning. And oh boy, look who's here. So go check out Timmy B. He's always got fine words of wisdom, and
I'll watch the Timmy B show.
All right, everybody, hold on one second. What?
I was just gonna ask Tim if you've changed if you've designated your custom URL.
No.
You can do that. You have over 100 subscribers now. So go to your settings and do your custom URL, because that'll help.
Yeah, that's better. It's shorter and cleaner.
Yeah.
The settings in StreamYard?
In YouTube.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll look into that.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't know.
It's like /C/ and then your name. So mine was like Thoughtchild. I was very pleased with it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because right now my YouTube channel is like Timothy Benjamin 9631. And I
that's
haven't
terrible.
looked into it.
Just kidding.
Hey, SJ can help you fix that a little bit.
Yeah,
there you go.
I'll look into it. It shouldn't be
there.
That.
I just loaned her out. There you go. That's it. Hold on one second, everybody. I got some housekeeping to do. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, sweetie pie?
How you doing? You okay?
I'm feeling better today.
You feeling better?
Yeah.
No, you're not feeling puny.
You
had a Snickers. Your boo-boo's okay? You gonna come back over to Cutthroat Room?
I'm not myself.
We're gonna bring you back in?
Yeah, send me the link.
Okay, I'll send you the link. I know you got hurt, feelings hurt.
What?
The
little Brizzo. I thought he called me little bozo.
Okay. Well, I'm glad.
All right. Sorry.
Boo Boo's okay now. Okay. Just a little internal housekeeping we had to handle there.
Oh, precious.
Drunkle
Oh, speaking of, that just reminded me, because that happens to be close to a name of where I used to work. So I don't know if I'm a big LA guy, so I love my Lakers. Kobe Bryant was like, I mean, I almost go into tears when I think about Kobe. Sorry. It's weird, huh? But they put a statue up of Kobe at crypto.com stadium. And my buddies, the guys that I work with, actually are the ones that moved the statue, put it in place. I got pictures. They sent me pictures. Very freaking cool and honorable. And just so Kobe got his statues at Staples yesterday, or crypto.com stadium. And my boys put that in. So good job, boys. Good job. Doing a good work. Know why I had to tell everybody that. I was proud, man. It was like, my guys sent me pictures of them.
One big crypto influencer, and now this is the RG show.
Wait, who are you? All of a sudden, they get uppity. They come in here, they start doing a little bit of work, they get a little praise, they make an NFT, and then they get all uppity.
She's uppity. You're loaning her out, man.
She's a girl. Let her get all uppity.
I know.
Thank you. That's it. I'm producing for Tim now.
You guys would all be canceled out in the real fucking world right now. I hope you know that.
Can I just mention one thing? I made a meme because of Ben. Ben Armstrong inspired a meme, and this is actually it right here. Check it out. Because remember that whole Sultan of Solana thing? Little.
Very nice.
Very good. You're turning into quite the artist there, Briss. Turning into quite the artist.
Hey, I can only remember that one where like Richard was the Jesus character, and we had Ben like wrapped around his leg in adoration. Do you guys remember that?
That was a good one.
I've seen that one.
They were holding on to his. What did they call that?
Yeah,
Holding his
tunic. His tunic.
His tunic. Yeah, that was interesting. Interesting.
Boys, we are pumping tonight, dude. The prices are sky high for the first time in a while. Feels good, right?
The DS pump, baby. That's what we used to call it back in the day. The DS pump.
I remember those.
Remember the DS pump days?
Yes, I do. Very much so.
So
Yeah.
what do you guys
Those are
think of
good.
the new PRC 404s?
Mhm.
Coins
I don't
with
fully
pictures
understand them yet,
or
but I like the
fractionalized
idea of it.
NFTs?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at the flow chart for them, and they look pretty promising. Gopher,
But you got
thanks
to build
to
them, right?
was it Dip Catcher that created Gopher? It's pumped like a son of a gun over the last 2 days.
Yeah, it went pretty high.
There we go.
I
MT.
have.
He remembers it.
Yes, sir.
MT. He
Oh
remembers it.
yeah, I remember. Yeah,
The DS
and yeah, a
pump.
couple of those, a couple of weeks in a row.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. We used to
Hey,
watch
the
the chart
subdivision of assets is like all the rage, you know, whether we're talking about EFTs or these 404s. Isn't 404 a code when your web page no longer exists? By the way,
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
That's what
interesting.
I was thinking. I'm like, dude, they could have used any number other than 404, like 403
No,
or 405.
I'm the guy who draws those
404
connections.
sounds like a
You know?
rug.
This stuff's not by accident.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Conspiracy.
Ooh. They exist. Can you believe that shit?
Wouldn't the importance though of collateralizing or tokenizing assets would be the actual asset, not fractionalizing the token itself? Or am I overthinking that?
No,
Say that one more time.
you're right.
Well, if the token's non-fungible, so you can take one token and then now turn it into all these tokens, like where's the actual value if you cannot attach it to a real world asset?
Oh, because there's no holder. There's no single holder. That's a good point.
Well, yeah,
The
that
vanity,
too.
the vanity goes out the door. Then you're absolutely right, IDB.
I'm not sure I
Correct.
understand what's anchoring the value to real life. What do you mean?
The vanity of saying I'm the holder of this NFT, and you hang it up in a digital picture frame in your, I don't know, CryptoKitties.
Well, I think it's better. I think it's better to think about it like this. It's you have these tokens, and when you collect enough of them, you get an NFT.
Ooh, shots
Well,
taken.
what if the other people don't want to sell? You're gonna have to whack them motherfuckers or something, dude.
Damn, Ross is coming hard. Like, damn, that was okay. Taking like the shots. Hey, in the next like 3 years, they should be good again. Like just saying, I'm seeing something good in like AA, Class A right now.
Like a Raider fan, man. Knock it off. Knock it off. You're beneath yourself now. Stop it.
Just saying, I won this on a raffle when I went to the stadium. I actually didn't even pay for it. I know it's like it's an original one, but I did not pay for this thing.
I got it for free, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's like this thing's probably like $100. I'm not gonna pay for a Royals.
My brother's hand-me-down.
Yeah, like I'm a Mets fan though, so it's like it's probably worse.
It's well worth that one, bro.
There's the backpedaling.
The Royals won in like 2015. I think the Mets won in like 85 or 86 or
Oh
something.
my god!
Like
IDB.
yeah,
all I can think of is Dwight Gooden striking out like 22 of my Pittsburgh Pirates like every game, dude. Like Darryl Strawberry, like 3 run homers, and Dwight Gooden strikes out like. Yeah.
So
PTSD.
So yeah, no, just asking about the whole tokens because I'm trying something too, and trying to link like stocks or trying to do like a IPO, but without the whole mess. I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm sure I'm breaking a couple things now, probably that'll probably get me in trouble in the future, and I'll figure it out.
Oh,
when
come
I
on!
do.
You're Captain Compliance, dude.
But,
Get out of here.
well, I mean, I found some interesting things that the guy before Gensler was talking about that I don't know, if it'll work. I know that Richard tried it and now they're going after him. So I don't know how that's going to work in the future, but it's just I'm trying to see how to link like stocks, so do some type of like tokenized stock certificate and then distribute it obviously with a cap distribution, and then you attach it to a specific amount of pulse, and then as pulse is pumping, the price of the IPO is pumping, because basically you lock the amount of stocks, and then you distribute the shares. And then let's say on the original IPO day, it was like $15 because Paul's had him pump. And then now that it's pumped, now the same 150,000 units now are worth $20. So it's almost like the original valuation was like $250,000, and now it's like 300,000 just because it's attached to Pulse.
It sounds like
So-
these PRC 404s are almost exactly what you're looking for, to tell you the truth. Because you get this, like, you know, NFT, have them collect. You know, I don't know if it's specifically you have
Collect
to
them
only
all, like
collect
Pokemon.
one. But if you collect, usually what I've been seeing, you know, today, since I've been reading about it just a little bit, they go, if you have one coin, that equals like one whole NFT. And then, like, if you burn even like 1% of it, you have 0.99, you lose the NFT. And so, yeah.
Oh,
so-
there you go. I guess I could use that for like some type of dividend pay. I mean, I can't promise that. So maybe if that were to happen in the future, that would be cool, because I could use it for something else that I want to do.
Now, I
Nice.
did see in the Telegram room right before I came on, someone was like, "Uh-oh, look at this," and they found like a call feature in the ERC 404s that you can change the name and the ticker symbol after it's been launched. So that's not good, because you could do a rug and then you just change the name
So-
and the ticker. That's not
so
good, right?
here's what I'm enjoying about this conversation. So in crypto, most conversations like this are this coin, that coin, my coin against your coin, fuck you, it's better, no, blah, 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 blah. And then we have Hex, and we all know what Hex is. And
There is
we
no second best.
talk about it here. There is no second best. Hex is the best. I'm glad to hear you admit that. I'm glad you dumped your Bitcoin for Hex and everything's looking good for you now.
I actually dumped my Bitcoin for ink, buddy.
There you go.
There you go.
He's going to do a
So-
2.5x this cycle. You get off of him, man.
But the smartest people in crypto are Hexicans. And you guys are having
No doubt.
extremely intelligent conversations about new emerging technologies that are coming into the ecosystem, which are necessary and needed for PulseChain to get adoption. Now, I know there's a subset of us Hexicans that don't want to talk about anything else, but I think it's up to Hexicans to be talking about everything else, because what Hexicans do is they do what Versology just said and did. He was in there scouring and looking at things and saw, hey, there's a little exploit in here that we should all be aware of. And now everybody knows about it, versus us sitting here not saying shit and going, oh, we can only talk about Hex.
Bingo. Bingo.
We know
Yep.
that Hex is the GOAT. We know that it's the safe bet. We know that we should all have it in our portfolio if we are in this ecosystem. That's the GOAT. That is what you should be doing.
The alpha and
That's
the
what-
omega.
But you need to understand that there's more here to this. In order for it to get global adoption, it's not going to be just one crypto. It's going to be a blockchain. It's going to be blockchain technologies. It's going to be new stuff. Richard's even said that. There's going to be better stuff that comes out. There's going to be things that come
And
out.
moreover, Captain, when we talk about DeFi, I mean, let's just roll it all the way back to the root, from the root to the fruit, right? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? We're fighting for freedom, man, for autonomy and sovereignty. So I don't see how we can stand for all of that and ever tell another woman or man what the fuck they're allowed to, like, you know, participate in or look at or whatever. You know, it's like we're grown adults, right? Like, set my people free. And I'm with you, Captain. We have to look at this shit in order to separate the wheat from the chaff. You know?
Yep.
How,
We have
how
to.
else
And
we gonna know?
it's the smart Hexicans' jobs to do that. And I'm rooting for them and counting on them. Hey, we got some folks coming in. Zenith from the DGen Roundtable joins. What's
There you go.
happening, my brother? And we got more
Captain
too.
in the
What's that?
I was just gonna say, what's going on, Captain, and the rest of the crew of Scallywags? How we doing tonight?
What up, Zenith? Oh, Zenith is here. I'm out, man. Peace, guys. No, I'm just kidding. I actually do have to go, and that's nothing personal. Captain, thanks for having me. I love all you guys, man. Viva la Mexico!
Take care, buddy. We'll see you on the next list. All right. Hey, and Robert K, the man doing all the work behind the scene. Hey, so everybody, if you're not subscribing to my TikTok, if you do TikTok, get on there. See Captain RG3 on TikTok. Robert,
what kind of dances do you do?
Amazing work.
That's what I'm saying. We need more of that. We need more Captain RG3 dances.
Those numbers.
That's right.
Yeah, you guys
need to do the one that
the only person here that can hold a candle to me on the dance floor is Kinetics. That boy right there got some of those.
There you go. So you guys need to do that. Like a little dance off.
He got some of them like 90, like late 80s, 90s breakdance moves. Like, I mean, he's got the real deal.
I'll download TikTok for that.
Back in those days. And ladies and gentlemen, our very own, our artist, our actor of actors of makes his own acting studio, did it on his own, Hexican himself. The Kyler, what's happening, bud?
Hi.
So good to see you not bent over in a grocery aisle somewhere stocking soap or something.
Dude, man, I had to make it through the bear market and the actor's strike. I'm happy to be on the other side.
Nice. Attaboy. Hey, man, you make us proud, son. You make us proud right there. This is a true diamond-wool Hexican that's out there doing the work. Young man making his way, entrepreneur. Love what you're doing, bro. Love what you're doing.
Paying it forward. Thank you, guys. Can you hear me clearly, by the way? I'm taling through my AirPods.
Yeah, we got you.
Cool.
We got you.
Cool. Yeah, I just wanted to hang out, so go carry on.
Good.
Oh, but it was such a good stream today, by the way, Captain, with Ben. Seriously, I texted you instantly. Yeah, no, I'm so thankful. Like I'm like, oh, if I'm on the captain's team, my bags are for sure gonna pump at some point. How could they not? Seriously, thank you for all that you do.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for recognizing it. All right. So what's up, Zenith? What's going on over at DGen Roundtable? What you guys been up to? You guys doing some cool book reviews or anything? I got a new book for you guys, man. I got a really good book for you guys.
Hey, we're always looking for more book recommendations, but yes, actually, we just finished up a stream. We did The Way of the Wolf. This is a fun read, and actually a bit of an interesting follow-up to How to Win Friends and Influence People. Because this is like the sales book, and this one talks about like, hey, if you're going to sell to people, make sure you actually like connect with them and understand what they want and what they're all about. So it's funny how there's a lot of overlap there between like Dale Carnegie in the 1930s and the guy from Stratton Oakmont who has the movie made out of him for doing all the drugs and selling security frauds. Like,
nice.
Yeah.
So my next book recommendation for you guys is Outliers by Jack Canfield. I think it's Jack Canfield. Did I say that right?
No.
Okay.
Is it?
No. It's
not.
It's by Malcolm Gladwell. I'm sorry.
Malcolm Gladwell. Yeah.
Yeah. Malcolm Gladwell. I don't know why he keeps saying Canfield, but yeah, it's Malcolm Gladwell, Outliers. Freaking great book, man. Great book.
Excellent.
Consider it puts things in perspective. Like, everybody thinks that everything's like this kind of, the great people in the world that have done great things are just pop out of nowhere. They're just super duper, the it. But it's not. It's about your circumstances, your environment, your training, the things you do, the heartaches you go through, the troubles and trials and tribulations, all those things. And sometimes there's a little luck involved in all of it. And it makes somebody who's an outlier pop out because they happen to be in the right place at the right time, doing the right things and the right amount of work being put in. And so it's really a cool book and makes you think about your own situation and how you do, yeah, check that book out. I'm in one right now called what is it? The 48 Laws of Power.
Yep, got that one as well. That's a thick book.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Outliers book was really sick, especially like in the like artistic paths. It's so there's only so much you can control, and that whole quote about luck is just preparation meeting opportunity. And like all you can do, focus on what you can control, being happy, healthy, and making sure your rent's paid and you're not lying. But other than that, there's so much out of our control. And that Outliers book really is so freeing. It's just like, okay, I can only control so much. Yeah,
that's well said. Beat me to the punch. I was going to say, luck is just preparation meeting Shoot, sorry. What was
Yes.
it? Preparation meeting opportunity.
Opportunity. That's it. Yes. You got it. Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to.
Yeah,
Did
we'd
any
love
of
to
you
have you
guys
on and
read
talk about it.
Zen and
You know,
the Art
it's-
of Motorcycle Maintenance?
Oh, yes.
I've heard
I
of
like
that, but
one.
I haven't read it.
Hey, I read it a long time ago. That's another good one. I'm gonna pick that one back up and listen.
Check
I like
out the
reading books over it.
audiobook. The audiobook
I
is
don't know.
really well acted and has like you can hear like on the motorcycle. It's
Oh,
pretty
shit.
cool.
One of the fun parts about reading Way of the Wolf was that the audiobook is actually narrated by Jordan Belfort, and he has a very like northeastern accent to him, so it's fun to listen to.
Yeah, this 48 Laws of Power. I gotta see who's narrating it, but it's got the same kind of feel to it. It's really cool. Really cool.
For sure. And I also have your other recommendation, which was The Alchemist. So
Oh,
pick that one up.
Coelho.
Good
Oh,
book.
that
So,
was
Great
so
book.
good.
Captain, I'm curious. Have you ordered the book yet that Skybank on Twitter messaged us both with, The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene, the same
Yes.
guy that did the 48 Laws of Power?
Yes, I listened to that one first.
Did
Yeah,
you?
that's
Okay,
the
so
one, yeah.
I'm reading that one right now. I haven't the last couple days. I've been literally dying in bed, but other than that, so far it's a great book. So
It is.
you guys get a chance. It's The Laws of Human Nature, same guy that did the 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, that's a good book.
Is it possible to go back a few minutes? Identity Block says something about linking things to different stocks, and it gave me an epiphany. You know, nothing that I know of in the crypto world is actually linked to real world stocks yet. Like, let's just hypothetically say Apple stock. Nothing like that is actually linked to those things to make them work with each other. And I'm wondering if that would be the next version of what's going to be going on after this.
Are you talking about like tokenizing and actual
They
stock?
sent me the letters because I already like started doing a bunch of stuff. So like right now, like I just went and did I looked up if you guys want to check it out, it's an article from 2018 from Bill Hyman. He used to be the director of the SEC. So it's called like when Gary made Howie, and it said that a lot of people were getting in trouble because they were selling tokens instead of selling shares of the company that were attached to like utility tokens. And that was a big conversation in 2017, 2018. I remember Rand used to talk about it all the time, security tokens, utility tokens. And it almost went like the security route, and then it almost nothing ever happened because the SEC obviously still today hasn't figured out their stuff. But then utility tokens were just never then a thing. So it's not like a new thing. Yeah.
That you said it's Hinman, right? Hinman.
William Hinman. Yeah,
Hinman, yeah.
He goes by like Bill Hinman or something like that. And
Yeah.
if you go like article, maybe like paragraph 2 or 3, it mentions it where it's as long as people were not like offering, efforts of work of others, it should be okay. The thing is, as long as there's, like I said, a capped amount of stocks or shares, and then attached to a specific amount or units of Pulse, then maybe it could get bonded. Because then it's just, today it costs $15, tomorrow $20, and then let's say when Pulse does 100x, it could inflate like the valuation of the company. So it's just I'm very excited to see what it does, and then to see who calls me, either CFTC or the SEC, because I think I'm messing with both of them right now. But it's gonna be interesting.
Make sure you got a long stick and just.
Hey man, I
heard it here first.
break a bunch of stuff and see what happens.
Hey, Identity Block, I got a real quick question for you if you have an opinion on it. Do you have an opinion on the revocation of election?
We don't talk about that here. we don't talk about tax evasion here.
We don't talk
I'm just
about
wondering.
fantasy.
Hey, there's all kinds of conspiratorial.
Like I said, I was just wondering if you had like a quick opinion, yes or no, but if you don't want to talk about it.
That is it. No.
I actually visited with my accountant today and asked her to look into it because I'd like to get her side on it. And she kind of rolled her eyes.
We're not supposed to
Whatever.
As do I.
I know Tim's probably going to hate this, but pay your damn taxes.
I'm too old to do 10, guys. It's like some of you young folks, yeah, go ahead, play around with it. If you do 10, whatever,
man.
you can get out and get your stakes out and all. It's all good. I'm done, bro. Like I do 10, it's over with for the guy. I can't do 10.
Do you have 10 left?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Oh.
I look at it this way. I'd rather
No,
be
I
late
have
to pay taxes than be
190
broke.
left.
there you go.
If anybody is scared of not making it to the end of their stakes, just sign it over to me in your will. I will take care of it for you. It's good.
Some diamond
That's
hands
what
over
he,
there.
that's his trick.
There you
That's
go.
what he's doing. He's like, I'm gonna get in with all the old guys, have them
Yeah.
mistakes, you know.
There you go. Khalid's like setting you guys up. Like a nice
Exactly
trust and everything. Just like, I love it.
You should all be striving to have a tax situation. If you have a tax situation, you've made it. That's what you need to do is, hope for a tax situation.
Yeah.
Either that or hope that there's still plenty of real estate in Puerto Rico. By the way, you just got to get there before the 1st of July and you can apply for residency for 2025. So theoretically, you might get it for that next year, which is the important one.
I have a quick question. Which countries don't extradite?
None that you want to be in.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're
Yeah.
sorry for that. We didn't mean to. I need
That's
I
a
wouldn't
good
need one of those
question.
little. I need a little intermission thing. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, I'm gonna take off, guys. Before I get that fever again, I'm gonna go
All
get
right,
some
go get
rest.
some water, brother. Go get some water and get some
Get
rest.
Get
better
well,
later,
brother.
brother.
Good to
We
see
love
you.
you,
y'all.
man. We love you. Kinetics. He's working hard these days. That's what it did. He was working so hard the last couple of weeks that he ended up making himself damn sick, is what it was. So get him to get some rest.
I'm actually going to jump out too, guys. I just wanted to come in and ask that question. So have a good night.
Thank you,
everybody.
Robert. Thank
Hey,
you for the
Robert, thanks
question,
for
brother. Have a
everything
good
you're
one.
doing.
Later,
Stuff
brother.
looks
Yeah.
great.
Indeed. Later.
Love it.
Take care.
He's
heard-
killing it on my TikTok. My TikToks are killing it. Thank you. Appreciate
I
it.
heard that if you get a Brazilian woman pregnant, they won't extradite you.
Whoa, you're
They
on
don't wanna-
page 4
Oh,
of like
I'm
your
just saying,
your
'cause
nut
You got to
nut
find
notes
one
and
that'll
stuff,
sleep
brother,
with you
like,
first,
family.
there, buddy.
That's what I was going to say.
right?
Yeah, I mean, it's, I'm like, I'm in the question.
Briss is like not liking page 1, page 2. He's like, nope. I need better answers.
You still want that? You still want that link to the cutthroat room, buddy?
Yeah.
So I hear we have a small little event happening in Texas next weekend or something.
We most certainly do. SJ, would you like to tell everybody about that?
Oh, most certainly. Yeah, so next weekend is our Real Estate Meets Crypto seminar. So Saturday the 17th is the seminar day. Sunday the 18th is the VIP day. And this is going to be a pretty cool
Tell
event.
everybody what the VIP day means.
The VIP day, I mean, wait, did you say can we?
Could you?
You
tell
want me
them
to?
What the VIP is? What do they
Well,
get for their VIP?
Are we allowed to actually talk about what it is? The boss isn't here. She's the one
She
that
ain't the boss. I'm the boss.
you think that,
What are you
don't
talking
you?
about? She ain't
You
here.
keep thinking that, RG. That's
I'm
real
talking
cute.
about she ain't here. Where is she? I don't see her. I'm the boss.
We're not getting a text message from her. I saw that. Watch.
It's my
So-
ship.
So here's the thing: is like this is a really unique event because the VIP day is we're being hosted by the singer Danny the singer. So he's got his place, and if you go, I posted a few pictures. I think on the PulseChain tour. I think on my own account as well. He's got like ATVs and like guns to shoot. It's gonna be just a whole Texas day, y'all. We're just gonna have a bunch of Texan fun, is what I understand. So there's no real set schedule for the VIP day, but it's just gonna be a bunch of us hanging out and doing some fun Texas type things, is what I understand. But yeah, the event itself. So the seminar on the 17th is several speakers who have spent time doing real estate and also are in crypto will be speaking and kind of talking to you about how to make passive income through that cycle, right? Like putting your money from crypto into real estate and real estate into crypto and kind of keeping that going. So we've got got two Hexicans that'll be there. David Moondog Leader is one of the speakers. Oh, 3. Sorry, I forgot. Danny is also speaking. So Danny the singer is also going to be a speaker there. And then Corey Geary will also be speaking there as well. So that's going to be super awesome. And then, y'all, bonus, Black Hexican and I are going to do our own little segment. We've got a 15-20 minute segment that we're doing to kind of bring just, a real sweet feminine touch. It's going to be real nice for the ladies out there. Yeah.
Is RG3 going to do a presentation on how to get the VA loan thanks to a disability? Look, man, all you need is 10%.
They don't give
money
them
down.
Mental disabilities.
Oh, come on. That back can get it. That's at least 30 right there.
Yeah, I wish. They don't give much for backs. They don't value backs, it seems.
Yeah, maybe, but at the same time, this event's going to be a lot of fun. I'm
Are you going?
I'm going, baby.
Yeah.
We're making the 13-hour drive, and
oh my
I'm showing
goodness.
up with. Yeah, it's worth it, right? I hope.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Who are you showing up with?
Are you asking us, or are you?
Who are you showing up with?
So if you guys know Will Stevenson from Degen Roundtable, I don't know if Will's making it, but his brother Sam is actually near the area, so we're dragging him out there.
Rug pulled. I just got rugged. I got Will rugged.
Hey,
just now.
Hey, well, ask Will. Hit him up. I'm sure
like
if
getting
you
rickrolled.
Well,
there you go.
SJ is personally inviting you to come to Houston.
I love what he's doing, to be honest with you. Will's got this whole Telegram thing going on with getting people, getting Hexicans localized. So he's got this entire like state by state, location by location. It's not even, it's a worldwide universal. It's a worldwide like Telegram where you can add yourself to it and say, hey, this is where I am and I want to meet up with you. And I really love that. So it's very exciting to see someone as passionate as I am about, getting out there and getting people together and having real in-person interactions. In fact, I'm going to find the Telegram link and link it.
Wow. Quinn said she asked and Will said no. So
See,
SJ and Quinn asked, and he said no. There must be something very important, very pressing that makes him not want to be there.
He might have to climb some
I'm getting
towers.
it. I got you.
I think Will actually got invited on a podcast on Friday in somewhere near the area, so he might be close but not quite there. And then as far as the Hexican Telegram, the meetup Telegram goes, it's been going great. Will actually hosted his first event. I think he said you had Moondog as a speaker for the event.
Very nice.
Yep.
Moondog actually was one of the folks that went to Will's first meetup event. I think they went to like Jake's Burgers and Beer or something. Yeah, there was a few people that showed up. They had a great time, and sounds like they just hung out, had some food, had some
I've
grub,
had
and that's
two meetups, and RG3 refused to go to both of them.
Oh,
I didn't refuse.
Ooh,
I didn't know about them because you don't know how to promote. I was never asked.
I had 1,000 people at my meetup, buddy.
Yeah. So I would like to change the conversation from, we have 150 people in the room. We have people watching, the Ben interview, and then people coming in. And I know I've got some new on boards that I'm bringing here. I would like to talk about Hex. Be completely honest. I would like to have a little conversation about Hex and what that means, so that the new people can understand, because I'm hearing people say the OGs aren't talking about T-shares. They're not talking about Hex. They're not talking about the GOAT. They're not, and sometimes we just assume. And I think we should have a little conversation for everybody about Hex. And if you don't know
it every day,
if you're here to hear about it and you're here to understand the alpha about Hex, and I'm going to bring the other two guests. We got two more guests coming on. Gary, what Gary is this? I got my finger on the button. I don't know who you.
Funding Jim. It's me.
Oh, it's Gary. I was about ready to click you off because I didn't know if you were a faker or whatever.
Gary. Yeah,
everybody-
I'm in a spot. I really can't get camera, but that profile is me and Brett
see.
Tapp. So yeah, it's me.
Oh, okay. So I wanted to have a little conversation about Hex. For those of you who are here new, who are trying to find out what Hex is all about and what's going on, look, this community was brought up about 4 years ago because of a cryptocurrency that Richard Hart created. Richard Hart called the top of the 20K Christmas back in 2017 and gathered the attention of all of us folks that came here in the beginning of Hex. And that was because we were looking for something better. We were looking for DeFi is what we were looking for. And I think that's kind of the common consensus of all the OG so-called players in Hex. We were all like-minded because we were looking for something to change in crypto. Crypto was so full of bullshit. It was so full of rug pulls and scams and people that wanted to hold your coins and they wouldn't make wallets for their cryptos and all this other crazy crap. And when Richard launched Hex, he called it Bitcoin Hex at first. We were like, okay, we like the concept and what he's saying. It sounds like true DeFi. And then as he started to unveil the project itself and we seen the white paper and we saw what it did, it was safe and secure. It acted just like Bitcoin. It was just a send and receive token. That's it. That's all it did. But then it had this feature and function because it was an ERC20 token, because it was built on Ethereum, it had this feature that you can actually stake it, utilize it like a certificate of deposit, a CD. If you don't know what a CD is, it's a time deposit for your money in a bank. And that's a $7 trillion marketplace in the world globally. So this crypto, this little crypto Hex, that is the first birth of a DeFi, was actually a token that can replace a $7 trillion market in the real finance world. That was exciting to all of us. It was like, wow, this thing has product market fit. It's got good code. It's got good fundamentals. And from all looks of it, it's better than Bitcoin. And so we all started trying to figure out what this thing really was, how it did, and then dissecting the tokenomics of it. So on top of it being a token that could be transferred back and forth and you can stake it, there was tokenomics built into it, meaning pumpamentals, we called it. Richard coined the phrase. It has pumpamentals. You can see this coin perpetuating more and more value as it gets older and older because of the system being utilized makes it more valuable versus some scarcity model programmed into it. Or, you know, somebody else giving you yield for holding on to your token and giving you another fake coin. We didn't want any of that stuff. We saw Hex as being very unique, very different in the space, and the true birth of DeFi, which is exciting in and of itself. So we all were all in. There was nothing else. There was no more DeFi. In fact, we made the first exchange in DeFi, Uniswap, popular. We literally made it popular by buying so much Hex and staking so much Hex and trading so much Hex that Uniswap took off. And therefore, the birth of real DeFi occurred because of Hex. So that's why Hex is the GOAT. That's why Hex is important. And that's why we should be talking about it and telling people that right now at the bottom of a bear market, where a lot of people got in way above the prices that it is today, that today is your biggest opportunity to get in and get involved in what Hex is. And it's a long-term, long game, more like, and I explained it a little bit with my interview with Ben earlier, more like Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger style investing in crypto, and as safe because of how Hex is built, because it's an ERC20. And now it's even improved more because now it doesn't just exist on a chain that doesn't work properly, Ethereum. It exists on a chain that has been built to be better than Ethereum, which is PulseChain. We can talk about that later. I want to keep talking about Hex. So that's my little explanation to the new people about what Hex is. And I'll let the rest of the panel expound and answer questions and talk a little bit about it. And again, Hex is true DeFi. It's you and the code. Nobody else can touch it. You interact with it. And all of us get to be the Fed, the bank, and the investor all at one. So take it away, guys. Go ahead and have fun with that. I'm going to bring on one of our other guests. He's just going to have to sit here quietly for a moment until he takes the stage and does whatever antics he's going to do.
Namaste, Hexicans and Hexasians.
Garage isn't full of antics.
Sorry, am I audible?
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, it
I'll make
just me.
comment
Today
when
is
you're out
the Chinese New Year, so as an Asian tradition, I wanted to take blessings from my elders. So I hope Captain RG3 can share some of his blessings. Other than that, like I thought people were talking about OGs, and everybody thinks they're an OG until the real OG appears. You know, like people ask me, like, look at this face, look at his voice. What gives him the courage to be live streaming on a channel with 10,000 viewers? Like, yeah, that is called a big stake energy, man. That's
We love to have you.
Well, the thing is, I'm getting tired of like people hating on OGs. You will never experience the feelings that we felt when Hex launched, and you will never experience like the hate we got from the community, crypto community as a whole. So we were the ones who paved the way for the second generation. So all those people saying the second set is the best, that's what I want to say. Real OGs are real OGs. You will never catch up. And like, I don't know, man. I'm just pumped up. Yes.
You heard it, folks. Diraj had a message for you from the OGs.
So I'm glad that we're talking about Hex tonight. That was kind of like, I didn't know you're going to bring it up, but I made a tweet the other day. Do you mind bringing that up on screen?
What's that now, buddy? What do you want to bring up on stream?
There we go. I made this tweet the other day, and I thought it was like a very easy way to kind of explain Hex, and I'll just kind of read it from top to bottom. And this is a traditional savings account versus a Hex stakings account, and you can see these are fairly recent, dividend deposits, and it has a $20,000 principal, and it's earning about $1.23 a month. Congratulations! Woo!
Wow!
And if you compare that against a Hex staking account, and this was as of 2/7/2024, one T-share cost about $500, right? And one T-share also produces 6.8 Hex daily, and at 1.5 cents, one T-share makes 10.2 cents a day, or $3.06 per month, right? So a traditional bank account or savings account would return $14.76 a year with a $20,000 investment. Hex returns $37 a year, more than 2 times that amount, with only a $500 investment. Now, I did the math, and if you had $20,000 in Hex, you'd get roughly 1.3 million Hex. And if you staked it for a year, that should produce 127,000 Hex. And that would be worth $1,900 at 1.5 cents. So using the same exact principle, you'd get $14 in a traditional banking account versus $1,900 with Hex. And that's assuming no price appreciation of Hex.
Very nice.
And I think that's pretty much the main appeal and draw to Hex, in my opinion, is that it's like a savings account on steroids.
It is, and it's a no-brainer. However, the caveat is the volatility of this market. That's the caveat. And
it's a feature, not a bug.
For us, it is. For newbies, it's scary. And that's where we've got to educate. And that's where we have to bring adoption. And that's where we have to allow something to happen. Again, poking at my people who are out there. And like I said, I'm hardest on the people that I care about, the Hexicans, because some of the narrative out there about big wallets dumping really needs to stop, because you want that to happen. You want wallets to empty. You want the big OGs that got in early to empty. And you should be happy that they've done that. You should be cheering on that they've done that. Why? Because they bring the price down for you to enter and get a better position. Instead of sitting there crying about the OGs having all the bags, now you get to have those bags. It's healthy, and it starts to level off the market. It starts to make the market less volatile, therefore bringing more adoption, bringing price up. We need more people. We don't need less people. So this is a game of attraction. We want to bring people in here. We don't want to scare them away. We want to encourage innovation, not stifle it. We need to get our hands on the formula that is building a bigger tent versus squeezing it down and poking everybody in the eye with sticks. Let's go, guys. Let's get this
Yeah, I'm going to add in my perception of Hex, because I'm probably the most financially inept and stupid out of all the Hexicans. Hex was my first, not only like asset or investment ever, besides myself and own career. It was my first investment ever. And for people that are new, I am happy that I went with it, because it's such a crash course in education. You're going to learn everything that you need to know about finances, because Hex, you're like, why is this designed that way? And it's going to make you realize, oh, it's designed the way it is in reflection to the fucked up finance system that we do have. And it just blows your eyes wide open. But with all that stuff being said, I found an easier way to explain it to people where it's not like paint drying on the wall. Because as soon as you get into T-shares and blah, 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 and blockchain and even crypto, people are already lost. So just go up to somebody like me. I like skateboards. I would just be like, hey, you like skateboards? Do you want a skateboard that gives you more skateboards? That's exactly what Hex is. And the more skateboards that you lock away, the bigger of a skateboard factory that you have, the more skateboards that you get when you take your skateboards out. I mean, literally find whatever somebody's interested in. If they're interested in Hot Wheels, hey, do you like Hot Wheels? Do you want to own a Hot Wheel factory that gives you more Hot Wheels? It's so easy to explain that way. Just find people's interests. I've found so much success through that. And then through the artist lens, the way that I have found a lot of success, because it's not like a shitty sales tactic, it's the genuine truth. I never saw an out as an artist besides like, oh, Spielberg's got to call me one day or else I'm just going to be working side hustles forever. And I was happy to live that life because that's just what I thought I needed to do as an artist. But I would like to have a family. I would like to have some free time. And what I realized by having, you know, these T-shares or your skateboard factory, whatever you want to call it, even if I have that in my family and Hex does what it does, my kids won't be punished because they want to pursue an artistic career where you might not be getting paid every single day, but you shouldn't be punished and feel like you have to go hustle because you might not have finances. If you have a T-share or something paying yield, something that you can live off of, it can really break you out of this cycle. So there's just so many amazing angles to approach this. And so, yeah, for me being somebody that was so stupid, it took, maybe a month to really finally fully understand what Hex was, but it was worth it. And so anybody that might be new to the journey, seriously, I highly encourage you to keep on that path. And if my dumbass can figure it out, you've got this for sure.
Thanks, Kyler. Hey,
I got comments about that. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead, Gary.
First, shout out to Kyler. Kyler's an amazing person, great entrepreneur, obviously a great communicator. I really like any opportunity to hang out with Kyler. And I think that goes to my original thought, even though he doesn't think of himself as OG. I do think that there's a theme in the quote unquote OG 2018, 2019, that origin story. What I gravitated to was, yes, there was Richard. Yes, there's code, skateboards begetting more skateboards. Like, I understand that. Coming from real estate, that was something that made sense. But what I liked was that these were entrepreneurs, the people like RG3 that used, all those different server histories and all this different, his millwright story and things like that. That's all respectable. But like, I love the persistence. And the same thing with KG, same thing with Brazology, same with a lot of the other people that picked up became public figures inside this community. Like the slings and arrows, they go along with the adulation. Like, I respect everybody that's on camera today. That's a big deal for me. So like, when this other thing, like, I know this is the topic about Hex, specifically, Hex has acted as a cornerstone because the code is immutable, because the community gravitates around the fact that it rewards this T-shares, this complex explainer of yield, right? That is independent of a central exchange marketing budget, is independent of, all these other actions that basically pump a coin's narrative. Like, this is grassroots. And I really like that about like the OG, the origin story. Kyler represents that persona. I like that persona for sure, and I identify with it. So let me go to the other thing, which is this idea that OGs dump. OGs fucking buy. Like, I know that I sacrificed heavily into PulseChain and PulseX, and a lot of people don't know that I've bought back everything that went in Hex. I've bought it back. Like, all of that stuff that was sacrificed and never hit the market, that sits in some, Greg the Duck wallet or whatever, that doesn't hit the market. It didn't hit the market because there was a sacrifice. And then the opportunity over the past 8 months, 9 months has, yes, been drama. Yes, has been, some of the things that, different people didn't like about the launch, or, things like that, as far as the L1 or the DEX or whatever, right? But the GOAT to me is Hex. I like Hex. And I acquire it, quietly. I haven't been announcing this over the past 8 months, but like, everything that went in, I looked to people like Crypto Coffee. The time that I spent with Crypto Coffee 3 years ago, or whatever it was, in Miami, maybe the second time I met him. First time, I think I met him in Chicago, specifically wanted to meet him, him and Johnny at the same time. And then the second time, I think, was in Miami, and I got to spend 3 or 4 days with Coffee. And his intentions are pure, like that OG narrative versus, I'm going to get in something, I'm going to make a bunch of money, I'm going to exit. Like, that longevity is the metal. It is the spine of these quote unquote OGs. Like them, don't like them, doesn't fucking matter, because to me, they're buyers. To me, they're principled. The ones, especially if I had to tolerate the things that, like, I saw Ben stream with RG3 earlier today, and the guy's taken heat, and a lot of people would say rightfully so, and the guy's gotten praise, and brings audience to a coin, whether that coin does well or does poorly. Like, there's responsibility with being a public figure in this stuff. And so I like that RG3 held him to the fire. I like that he made his peace with who he is as a character in this crypto space. And all of us have to do the same thing. But the cornerstone is the code of Hex. That's the cornerstone. That's the start. People want to acquire it. They want, wild gains. They want it to go back to 50 cents. They want it to go to, $7 or whatever the narrative is. I'm going to be frank. I think a lot of that's just bullshit, because people have dreams. But if it happens, it happens. And I'm happy that it happens. I'm happy if it goes from 2 pennies to 3 pennies, just like I was the first time it hit a penny, or first time it hit a nickel, or the first time that it hit 50 cents. Like, if it happens again, great. I feel good. I sleep at night. Like RG3 said during his stream, he can go to bed with his head on this pillow and rest peacefully, because he believes in the thing that he's doing. And so that's the contagiousness of this community. Like, that's the contagiousness, is if you believe that delayed gratification, code, you write your own pony picture, all this other stuff that we've been digesting for years, from RH and from other peers, then you're a principled person. I think that if it goes down, if the ship goes down, the ship goes down. If the ship fucking goes to the moon, then we're all happy about that too, right? So principled people. I like how Kyler explains it. I like how the people on stage explain it. Hex is the GOAT to me. There's other opportunities that are further out on the risk curve, right? It's risk to your political brand. It's risk to your own bags. It's risk to other people's bags. But like at the end of the day, you're the one that's got to go to sleep with that. You're the one that has to, live a principled life. And I'm happy to be here.
Nice.
I have to jump in super fast and I'll be super quick. I hate being too talky, but with Gary and like OGs and all that stuff, this is just a cherry on top that comes with having the coolest financial product. The community. I know it sounds so like my friends are like, "Are you in a cult?" I'm like, I think maybe. But anytime like I say that word, like I need to find another word because my friends are tired. They're like, "Do not say that word community ever again," because I say it so much. But
If we're not in
like,
the cult, why did I let Richard Hart bang my wife?
Oh God. Yeah. So, but with that, so Gary, he came all the way. Like I've started my own business recently because Richard and the Hexicans made me realize that everything in life is goods and services. Everything else is just accounting. And it made me realize like I want to have true value. And it made me realize that it's the more value that you can have for other people, it's just going to make your life better. That's just the hard truth. It's just accept it, swallow that pill, just make yourself more valuable. Things will be better for you. And Gary, even if he is an OG and even if anybody is selling, whatever, it's their right to do. But I've seen them spend so much money giving back to the community too. He spent money, to travel all the way out of state to where I was at, spent so I could hire a full team. We even gave him a haircut and everything. I hired a hairstylist. He spent for a full photo shoot, like really helped support my business now my business is really scaling and blowing up. It's nice, but he was one of the first people to really come through. And that was so nice. RG, if I text him I need help or need advice, or I'm just like, hey, look at this, or can you give me some pointers? He's going to text me back. And I know that I have a whole tribe of people. So just to say to everybody else exploring this, the community really is there. It's just a whole cherry on the top. And we wouldn't even get into that yet. Oh my God.
Dude,
The reason that
you're an old soul, man. For being so young and to have such wisdom or to pick up on wisdom like you do is going to serve you so well in life, because so many young people, you guys should be taking, if you don't listen to the old fuck, listen to this young man right here, because what he does is he takes these people around him and he listens to them and he applies it in his life. And guess what? He's going to get to navigate around pitfalls that some of you fucking dummies aren't going to get to, because he's smart and he's getting wiser and wiser for his age. Love seeing it, bro. You are an example of what young people should be doing out there. And I will give you any help that I ever, anytime I'll help you, bro. You know that. I mean, because I know that you appreciate help, that you appreciate knowledge and wisdom, and you apply it. And I love when I see young people applying it and becoming successful doing so. So hats off. Salute.
So let me follow up while I'm feeling generous. So Kurkowski and I sponsored a team to fly out for the first Vegas event, and they shot a lot of that content that you guys saw like 3-4 years ago.
Yep.
And we split the bill on that cost. I'm willing to I'll put $5,000 toward Kyler, and he can either say that it's at his location. He has a studio. It's an amazing studio up north. He can tell where his address is if he chooses to. But basically, if you visit him, he can dole out that to whoever wants to visit him. But if he decides at either this upcoming event or some other event that he has the resources and support to do photo shoots for people to have better headshots, better content, or whatever it is, I'll donate. I'm donating now. It's going to be in his coffer no matter what, but I'll donate $5,000 toward that cause. I think he's an amazing person. I think he's got good intention. I want people, I love that people do volunteerism, and it happens all the time in this community that people volunteer, but I don't think that that's a sustainable model, honestly. Like when the tour guys, the Austrian and German guys, did the 6-month volunteerism thing, they had some sponsorship, sure, but not much. Most of it came out of their choice to basically educate people. And I think that's awesome. Like, people make YouTube content, they give away time in Telegram rooms and all this other stuff. That's really cool. I don't want to say that that's not good and worthy. I'm saying that it burns a person out because they give, and then sometimes occasionally they get shit on. So I want to support Kyler, and I'll put $5,000 toward Kyler that he can use however he chooses to, basically to support his business. His business is professional videography, professional photo shoots, that kind of content, things like that people can use in their Twitter profiles or social media profiles. And just by befriending Kyler, I think that you can amplify your effectiveness in social media. Like, part of the things I really like about Kyler is his affability and like his way to relate to other people coming from all walks. Maybe it's his actor skills or something like that, just his good nature. So like, I'll put $5,000 toward the cause, and then, he can choose how he doles it out to people he wants to support.
Nice.
Wow. Thank you, Gary. Wow.
Hey, Doc.
Just thank
how's
you.
it going?
Hey, man. Is it right to throw something in quickly? I've got to take the dog for a walk before she dies.
Yeah, go right on ahead.
I'd just like to throw a couple of things in, one on OGs in particular and one on Hex, because they're hot topics at the moment. So I've got my next generation OG shirt on because I'm going to be next generation OG. But what does OG mean? I asked because I came into the ecosystem late 21, bought the top. Actually, I got my kids in way before the top, but I didn't get in until the top. But I've DCA'd down now, and I'm about 3 cents, so I'm happy with that for combined. So that's good. But I said to my little one, "What's in the OG then?" And she said, "Original gangster." And I'm like, "Okay, so these guys that keep saying OG, so they're a bunch of original gangsters." And then someone else said it's the original generation, which I got that. But to me, an OG is old guard, and you can be original generation, but you can run as soon as you feel weak or you feel that you're out, you're not part of the community. Maybe you're a VC and you just want to make a 2x or whatever. But it's the old guard that stay there. A little bit like yourself, RG3. If I was in a slit trench and I was in a couple in Iraq and Afghanistan, I know I don't run because I've been there. And looking back, that was one of the big things I realized. I'd like to be in a trench with you. And I'd like to be in a trench with Gary as well, because he can put us back together. But also, I know
give us that morphine, baby, when we need it.
So I would just like to thank you, Gary. I just remember when there was that post-conference that collapsed, you went out there and you were offering refunds, and you didn't have to. I remember that vividly. I thought that was a very, very generous move. And then RG3 obviously funded the movie that's pumping all of our bags, or will do in due course. And I was listening to a stream, and I got so angry because people were asking, where can we get a copy for free? This is just as it released. And I just typed in the chat, and it's the first time I've really lost it in the chat. Just pay the $6, you type fuckers. Don't you realize it's pumping your bag? And I'm just like, there's a guy spent millions to produce this. So a lot of these people making comments, I don't think I'd be in a slit trench with them. But, I do know the people that would be. And I look forward to meeting you all in Vegas as well. Hopefully, we'll be adding a bit of value. I'm going to try and bring a Vegas chiropractor down as well. And, trying to add some value to people. Show you how to turn your power on. Show you how to sort your back out, Captain, for Christ's sakes.
Oh, I'm paying for a session. Whatever, if you bring chiropractor.
No, you don't pay for anything. You paid enough. Yes. But I have got a chiropractor for you. I sent details to SJ for where you are. I spoke to him personally. He sounds really, really good. I highly recommend him. I would, recommend definitely go and check him out. Anyway, guys, have a great night. Thank you very much for. I just want to finish on the Hex point. This book was written in 1911.
I read it.
Acre of Diamonds. Yeah, Tim's
read it.
It's by a guy called Russell H. Conwell. And he, in 1911, I think he died in 1922. But he'd earned $11 million, which he gave away in I can't say it. Gave away in charitable and entrepreneurial affairs. Now, the premise of this story, it's a cool story. It's very small, as you can see. It'll probably cost you $2 or $3 off of Amazon secondhand, and you'll get like 1,000x on it. Because the basic premise of the story is, and well, it is going to be a spoiler, is that Russell Conwell was told a story by an Arab while he was in the middle of the desert on a camel journey, and the story was about the fact that there was a farmer in the desert, and one day a Buddhist turned up and he's got this piece of glass, and the farmer says, "What is that?" And he says, "It's a diamond, and you're wealthy here on your farm, but have a bunch of these and you get super wealthy." So the guy then traveled around and he went from place to place to place trying to find his diamonds, and he eventually died, because the story is a warning. He eventually died, and his family were in disrepute to disrepair. His wife was on the street, and the son and stuff, and then they went back to his farm, and the guy that bought it down in the river had found acres of diamonds. So this fella left to travel the whole world. So it was probably, anyone that's read Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist, is probably the original version of that. But the point is, I'm hearing about a lot of things in the community. A lot of people getting excited about a lot of things, and they're leaving their farm and they're going looking for diamonds in other places. And the thing is, if you give it the time, the stream wears away the sides and actually starts to reveal the diamonds. And that's what happened in this guy's farm. So I personally, because I don't know much about a lot of the other things, and unfortunately I don't have time to research them. I'm sticking.
What you're looking for may be right there in your backyard.
Exactly. Yep. That is exactly it. The other thing that actually this whole thing goes on, you can create that diamond field wherever you are. Wherever you are, if you have the right attitude, you can actually, in your city, and in this particular book, he talks about being in Philadelphia, and he says you set up the right things, the right community, you can create your own diamond fields. Okay, guys.
Have a great one. Doc. Thanks for coming by. Take care.
Great story.
Look at all that good message. So before we end, I want to answer this question and let everybody kind of comment a little bit on it. So it's hard to keep encouraging staking. Everyone wants to hold liquid now. So I want to say that right now it should be the easiest time to encourage staking, because T-shares are cheaper right now than they're ever going to be. T-shares go up in price. T-shares are cheap. You should be getting your T-shares. Now, what does that mean to the people that we just told about Hex? When you stake your, okay, here we go, Dorsey, go ahead, make a comment, get yourself, SJ, get ready to put Dorsey in timeout, because I'm about to explain T-shares to everybody, and we know what that means, right? So when you take your Hex can send and receive, but it has one other function, and that is a staking function. And what you can do with that Hex is stake it. You can stake an amount for as long as you would like, up to 15 years. The amount of Hex that you get, or the amount of T-shares that you get for your Hex, depends on how far and how much Hex. Longer always pays better than how much you put in. So you're going to get more T-shares for putting it out there, for putting your Hex out for a longer period of time. That's what a T-share is. It's a marker in time of how much Hex you put into the system. So now you have your T-shares. How does a T-share work? Well, a T-share gets more valuable all the time. Why? Because when a T-share comes to maturity, when it's time to remove that T-share from the system and mint new Hex, because your Hex is burnt once you stake that, once you get those T-shares, your Hex is burnt. So that T-share marks your time and how much Hex you put in, gives you all your principal back and all the interest penalties from the inflation process of Hex at that one time. You get it all. Boom. Now, because you ROI'd, you had a return on investment, the math is done on your T-shares that you pulled out, on the minting that you just created. So what happens? The T-share system says you cannot stake the same amount of Hex for the same amount of time and get the same payout. Therefore, your T-share price is going to go up. And every time somebody ROIs, and the T-share price goes up because of that. When people unstake their Hex, remint their unstake their T-shares, remint their Hex, the T-share price goes up and up and up and up and up, and it keeps going up. It never stops going up. So now is the most important time to be staking, to be buying T-shares. Why? Because they're cheaper now than ever. They are, because Hex is at the bottom, because we're low, T-shares are cheap. They're going to start getting more and more expensive, especially when the price of Hex pumps. When the price of Hex pumps, the price of T-shares pump even harder than just the gradual inflation of T-shares based on them coming out of the system. And here's another staking tip for you, and I'll let the panel talk about this afterwards. If you're new, if you're coming in right now and trying to create staking, you've got your Hex, you want to start staking, you're looking at a strategy. If you're laddering stakes means putting them out there different times so that when they do start coming out, you can start collecting them months, quarters, yearly, whatever it is your strategy is going to be. Everybody's different. Everybody's got different horizons and risk tolerances and all that kind of stuff. But what you're going to want to do is, if you're trying to build a strategy of staking and you're going to be a staker and not a holder, which some of you are just going to be holders, and that's fine. This is not for you. This is about staking. Staking your longest stakes first and working your way back is the most valuable to you. Why? Because you're putting cheaper T-shares out further and getting more bang for your buck. If you're dollar cost averaging yourself in, you're going to get more bang for your buck by starting out further and working your way back towards yourself 15 years all the way down to a year. Now people go, oh, the OGs always telling everybody to stake for 15 years so that they can dump on your head for the next 15 years. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about maximizing the system, the Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett method of delayed gratification, buying a good product and holding on to it as long as you can and using your financial energy to its best capacity, laddering your stakes from 15 years back is what's going to do you the best. You'll get more value that way. And that can be explained a little more in depth, but I'm telling you the right strategy if you're a dollar cost average person trying to get yourself into Hex and trying to build yourself a staking system. And then, like I said, everybody's staking systems are different, whatever you do, monthly, annual, biannual, whatever. But I'll leave that out there for everybody to talk about before we close up.
Well, I'll jump on this one. For me, the reason that Hex is such a significant portion of my portfolio is that I believe Hex is the asset that kind of goes left when the market goes right. It is swimming against the grain, so to speak, because a lot of the stuff we're seeing right now with all the meme coins trying to replicate Dog with Hat or whatever on Solana, that's all short, flash in the pan stuff right now. Everything Hex is doing is trying to get you to delay gratification, have resiliency and dedication and discipline, and stick to the plan. Additionally, yes, the token might be inflationary, but like Captain was saying, with the rising price of T-shares, your T-shares are always going to be more and more expensive. Yes, the T-shares will also pay out more as time goes on, but because the cost of a T-share goes up, just because the number of Hex tokens in existing goes up, doesn't mean that the ability to get more Hex with your existing Hex is also going up. In fact, it's going down because it requires more of the coin of itself to stake to get more of itself later on.
Yes. I want to answer this one. I want to give the new folks ammunition to talk to people on this not ridiculous question, but concern troll question. I'm not calling you a concern troll, Wakanda. I know somebody else said that. But this is to help everybody out in explaining what this means. This is a false statement because 90, 80 something to 90% of the Hex is sitting in the OA. 10, 11%, what are we, 9% right now staked? 9% staked? That means there's only about that much liquid. So in all actuality, 50% of the Hex that is circulating is liquid because the rest of it exists in the OA. So we can literally say that 50% of the Hex is staked, not 10% or 7% or 9%, whatever it is right now. It's really 50%. Because that's the circulating supply is about 10% out there and about, 9-10% that say the rest of it's in the OA. So that is a false statement. And you can let people know that because the OA holds the majority of the liquid hex that's out there.
Yeah.
Captain, has the OA ever moved coins before?
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. And that is also a concern of people like, hey, this OA can do whatever it wants and blah, blah, blah. And we were all, that was the weak spot. That was the Achilles heel of all of our arguments and of Hex. And we all watched it. And what did it do? Well, on big payday, there was a big payout going out to everybody that was staked.
And it screwed us over.
We saw months and we saw about a few months before big payday, people in mass were coming in and they were so bold about it. They were on YouTube. They were in Twitter. They're going, oh, Hexicans, we're going to dump on your fucking heads so hard when this big payday comes. Oh, we're dumping on your heads. We're getting so much Hex and we're pulling so much value out of it. And it was a concern to some people that knew what was going on. But the OA moved. The OA staked so much Hex that it busted down the bonus that everybody was getting so much that even the dump didn't affect everybody so much. So the OA acted in defense of the stakers. So at that point, I was 100% convinced that Richard, his team, whoever built Hex, the OA itself, whoever owns it, whatever entity owned it or operated it, was working in the best interest of the system and to empower the system and make the system better versus being a bad actor outlier. It was actually there helping those who were using the Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett method of investing by delaying gratification, staying in the system, not trying to game the system, time in the market, not timing the market, which is what people were doing. So because it did that, I was 100% convinced that the OA was a feature, not a flaw.
I got a really funny story, real short story about Big Payday. Was that right before Big Payday, I was still diversified and I had like a bunch of Litecoin and I thought I was big brain. I'm like, you know what? If I dump my Litecoin into Hex until the Big Payday, I can like triple my Litecoin. Dude, no brainer. And then all of a sudden it got cut down and maybe I made 30% on whatever I put in. But at that point I was just like, I never took my Litecoin back out. Like that was like the last time I ever had Litecoin was right before Big Payday, and I put it in thinking I'm like, all right, and then I'll pull it out and I'll make triple my Litecoin. And then I was like, you know what? I like this Hex. I'm gonna keep it in here.
One of the things I think it would be helpful, because I see us, thankfully, as this approaches and a lot more people start to pay attention to crypto again, we're going to have to explain Hex, which though we've been now through like a couple of years, almost 4 years with it, we understand it really well, but we're going to have to explain it to people like it's, the first time again. And with that, I think is just keeping in mind, at least for me, the things I hear when I try to talk to people about it, people like, will always be like, oh, well, you're getting yield where that's a Ponzi scheme or that's a pyramid scheme. And so I think if anybody's new, just to give you tools to help navigate that. One thing that Richard Hart taught me and this community is like, what is the difference between a Ponzi scheme and a pyramid scheme? They're very different things. They're in a scam or a bubble. Like those are very, very specific things. So the words you're using are important. And so with that, with Hex, there is no promise there was no promise of work or yield of any of that. And then the yield doesn't come from new people. One, you don't have to stake, but if you do, which it's what it's made for, a certificate of deposit, the yield comes from the inflation, which is designed in the code, which is like about 3.69% per year or something. I don't know the actual number of the yield, but I know that that's where the staking yield comes from. It comes from the inflation in the system of what's written in the code. And if you don't want to stake your coins, you can just be diluted. And I know a lot of people are, I'm just going to hold liquid. I think I learned the hard way because I could have probably doubled my Hex bag if I would have just staked through this bear market. Like if I would have just even staked for 6 months to a year, I could have probably really increased my Hex stake. And you might not see the value in it now because it's paying you in Hex the certificates of deposit. When you stake Hex, it doesn't pay you in US dollar value. It pays you in Hex, which you can take and sell for US dollars if you choose to, your choice. But you might not see the value in it now, like, oh, I'm only getting paid 6 Hex for this. What if Hex does go in the future in 10, 15 years from now and it's $100 per pop and you're getting paid 6 of those? That's cool. I bet that if you would have gotten Bitcoin back in the day and somebody would have told you like, oh, this will earn you more Bitcoin, and you're like, oh, I'm only getting 1 Bitcoin a day, that's nothing. And then now today, if you're getting 1 Bitcoin a day, it changes.
Without
So
mining. Without mining.
Yeah, there's no mining, which is the big thing, is there's no mining or any of that stuff. But just to keep in mind, as people that are new, and just that is a big thing I always come across, is like, oh, where does the yield come from? That's a Ponzi scheme, that's a pyramid scheme. It's so easy to point out how this is not. It's so
and that's a very big misconception of a lot of influencers out there about Hex, and I've seen it over and over and over again, about how people coming into the system are the exit liquidity for the people that are unstaking. That is not true. And one little bit is it true. The yield comes from people who emergency end stake their Hex. If you pull out early, there are penalties to be paid, and those penalties go to the rest of the stakers, not to another human being or a bank or anything like that. And the yield is, like Kyler just said, built into the code for the inflation of the coin, which turns it into a virtual miner. Your Hex stake is a miner. It mines Hex, and then it mints the Hex. It's very, very unique. And nothing in the entire ecosystem of crypto operates and acts like Hex. Still to this day, there's other things that are being built, and there's perpetuals and all these other things that are going on, but nothing. Still, even after 4 years of being existent, nothing has been come out to try and mimic what Hex has done. And I think that has a lot to do with they don't want to know. They can't figure it out. They don't want to do it. So they've left it alone. And that's to our benefit, because now we know Hex is really the GOAT. And because of its longevity, because of how long it's been here, it's just taken over. And it will. Once the rest of the crypto space sees it, and once we start getting real world adoption, it's going to take off like crazy. Remember, guys, $7 trillion industry the CD market is. Imagine if instead of getting 1% and 2% interest on your CD, you're getting 38% APY plus because you're the bank and you get the penalties. All right, everybody, I'm going to let you guys last words. I'm going to shut her down tonight. Elder statesman first. Gary, you got anything to say, bud?
No, just good stuff. This is a great stream. I appreciate everybody on stage. Keep doing your thing. Just go Hex.
Right on, brother. Good having you. Timmy?
Kind of the same thing as Gary. It's good to see everybody. Good to see you, Kyler. Just great to be on here and be able to kick it with everybody, and just loving the fact that, Hex is still going strong. The community's still going strong. There's still people here that are building, making it happen. Glad to be a part of it. We're going to be here for a long time. All
right. And don't forget, everybody, Timmy B's new stream. Where do they find it at? Well, description down below, links down below. Check him out. He's passing on that OG alpha. Briss. Everybody else? Good.
Zenith?
Hex is better than Bitcoin. I'll see you guys in Texas and Vegas. If you thought the community here was fun, just wait till you have a live event.
Mm-hmm. And go check them out at DGen Roundtable. They're doing book readings and all kinds of cool stuff over there. Really like what you guys are doing, man. You are an exemplary example of the community. Thanks for doing what you
Much
guys
appreciated.
do.
Thank you for the love.
Yep.
I just have to give a quick one sincere thank you, genuinely one to Gary. And that right now I am at an overnight gig. That's just what I'm still doing. I'm at an overnight dispensary. Like, here, look. Here's all the weeds. Here's all the weeds, guys. Literally, because I don't want to touch my crypto bags at all. I don't want to liquidate that. And then, like I said, I went through an actor's strike. And so to fund my business and everything, I love working hard. It means a lot. I'm young. I have the time. And you guys taught me why liquidate my bags. I could probably live comfortably for like 5 years. Why? Why not pump it up to the rest of my life? So what I just wanted to say was thank you genuinely, because I'm the value of $1 is not lost upon me. That means a lot, so much, Gary. And Captain, I already know how I want to pay a portion of that forward, because I already texted my photographer, and I still have a lot of room to play with the community, but I want to and I'll talk to you, Captain. I'll text you, but come to Vegas for the event now because I can afford to pay my photographer, and then we can set up with our gear and make sure that you, Dollar Cost, and Black Hexagon and SJ, like you guys are going to get some headshots and also community photos, and they're the same headshots that book me with, you know, like Stranger Things or Quentin Tarantino. So I'm bringing the highest quality caliber that I can to you guys. And that's one way that I want to pay that. And I can do that with just a portion of what Gary donated. And it will give you guys tools to promo yourself for months and also the event. So I will text you, RG, and we can talk about that. But yeah, I just want to say thank you. So I try to not cry. I try to be cool, but you know, I'm an actor. I'm a little sensitive bitch. You guys are going to see me cry. So
love you, man. Love you, man. You keep doing you.
Yeah.
Great guys.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Support entrepreneurs. Like again, it's not redistribution of money. It's support entrepreneurs. I like people that build businesses, build a profitable value for value business, and you'll get support.
Right on, right on. And the darling of Hexaco, do you have anything for us?
See y'all in the real world. PulseChainTour.com.
All right, everybody, have a good one. Thanks for coming.
Skip me, you son of a bitch.
Oh, I'm sorry, Briss. Did I forget you?
No,
You
you tried.
tried.
Earlier. I
You
pulled you up
tried.
to-
Yeah, that's right. Speak up. Hey,
Go ahead,
look,
buddy.
it's an hour and 55 minutes into here. If you guys made it this far, I'm going to give you the alpha. I got edge information. All right. Here's the deal. RH Assets are going to pump to the fucking moon with or without you. He does not need your money. It's going to the moon. Either you're going to get on board or you're going to get left behind. And if you're playing with all these risky assets, I'm telling you, get on board the Richard Hart assets. Right, Kitty? You don't, Kitty?
Oh, you little kitty.
All right,
Get
everybody.
on board or
thanks
get
for
left
coming.
behind.
We'll
ya.
see you on Monday, right, SJ? Who we got on Monday?
Yes, we are going to have the Staker class Monday on Chat with the
Take a
Captain.
class from the Tang Gang, OG Tang Gang. All
Tang
right, we'll see you
Gang.
on Monday. Everybody, take care. Thanks for coming. Go check out the Ben interview we just did on Discourse Syndicate, and we'll see you all later.